guys, it's Jennifer, and it is springtime, which means it is spring cleaning time. So I thought that might be good for me to do some decluttering. So we're going to start out with doing some eyeshadow declutters. And yeah, let's just get started, huh? Okay, so I'm doing all of this one-handed, so it might get a little awkward because I'm holding the camera with one hand and I got my other hand over here. So we're going to see how this works. I'm just doing this on my bed, so I may have to use another tactic next time. But anyway, okay, so we're going to start from this side and go to this side. I have them grouped up kind of, I guess, by brand. Yeah, by brand. So we're just going to start here and go that way. All right, first off, this is actually the first eyeshadow palette that I've ever had. This is from Mary Kay. Back in the day, a few years ago, I actually used to sell Mary Kay. I don't sell it anymore. And this was the first palette that I ever put together for myself. And it wasn't until much later that I realized that the quality of these shadows really isn't that awesome. And I don't know, maybe it could be just because this is such an old palette. I mean, this thing is like years and years and years old. So even if the shadows were amazing and awesome, it's still, you know, it's old, so it really needs to go. And this is a blush, by the way, that came in with it. And this, I mean, you guys have seen how pale I am. Really, that sucker is way too dark for me. Way too dark. So yeah, that's going to go bye-bye. And this is just a little single that I had. I got a lot of these back in the day to use as like giveaways and things like that. Okay, so this is in Emerald, and again, this is just super old, and I feel like the quality is not that awesome. Anyway, so that's just, I'm not even going to bother trying to pass that on. That's just going to go away to the trash bin. Okay, this is from Nomad, and I've tried so hard to force myself to use this. I just never reach for it ever because I have so many more that I just love. And it's not because it's a bad shadow. It really is good. This is, what's it called? It's called Desert Sands. And this is actually a little sampler that I got in an Ipsy bag from their Marrakesh palette. And the quality is really beautiful. I mean, it really is a gorgeous gold color. I just don't ever reach for it. And so I think I'm going to pass this on. I know exactly who to give that to, that I think will absolutely love it and who will use it and who will cherish it. So that's going to go that way. Wet n Wild Creme Brulee, or Brulee actually is what this one is called. And this is actually in my Project Pan challenge. Actually, to be honest, Nomad was also in Project Pan. And again, this is one that it is such a great quality shadow. Look at that. Actually, no, let me show you with one swipe. One swipe. One swipe. It is just gorgeous. The quality is amazing. I don't reach for it because I actually have like several palettes that have really similar shades to this in them. So, you know, so I'll just grab a palette and I'll just use what's in there typically. So, I don't know, I'm kind of torn. So I'm going to set this aside over here in maybes and we'll see. Okay, next we have these two from Avon. And I've got so many friends that sell Avon, and I do actually really enjoy the company itself. And there's a lot of products from Avon that I really love. But these eyeshadows, to be honest, I don't love them. And it makes me sad because, I mean, one of my best friends is the one who actually gifted me these palettes. And I really wanted to be able to give them like a really awesome review. And some of them are like okay, but like these lighter colors, you know, you see it's just kind of patchy. This silver right here, it's just a little patchy. And then I'm going to show you this kind of taupey brown color right here in this palette. I mean, I'm like swatching, and there's like nothing there. It's like, you know, so I was so disappointed. I really wanted to love these. And this black, the black's pretty good. The black's pretty pigmented, but I have like 2 or 3 other palettes that have blacks in them that are really pigmented. And that one's not bad. You know, so I don't know. These are, again, I'm torn because I really wanted to love these. And I mean, this white one is not bad. This kind of taupey color right here, and it's kind of patchy. This pinky one really has almost no pigmentation. So it's really a toss-up for me. I'm having a really hard time deciding whether or not to let these go or not. So I think I'm going to think about them because, again, like I said, it's not awesome quality, but my friend gave me these, so I don't know. So I'm torn. I'm going to set these aside. Okay, these two are from ColourPop. This one is Effect, and this one is Bubbly. These are both the Super Shock Shadows. This one is a matte, and this one is a shimmer. I'm going to open them up real quick. Okay, so this is the shadows themselves. And, okay, so Effect is a beautiful, deep green. It's like a deep, I don't even know how to describe it. It's almost a deep hunter green. And it is really a pretty, pretty color. The problem that I have with this is that it does not blend out. You see me trying to blend it with my fingers, and it's actually blending better with my fingers than it does on my eyes. It doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't blend out as effortlessly as I would like for it to. You have to work really hard to get it to blend, and with a really dark, deep shade like that, you really need it to be able to blend nicely. Bubbly is a really pretty color. It's this beautiful bubblegum pink, and hello, let me actually focus on it. And as you can see, I've hit pan because I have used it a lot, but it's starting to really dry out and crumble, especially around the edges, and it's starting to lose pigmentation. When I first got it, it was beautiful. It was like that typical ColourPop creaminess and all that stuff, and now it's just kind of gone downhill. So I think both of these are going to have to say goodbye. As much as, you know, I hate Form 2. No, I don't. Who am I kidding? I just, you know, they were okay. I do have one more ColourPop shadow in Birthday Boy that I actually love, and it's still amazing and still working great. So it's going to stay with me. But these two bad boys are going to go bye-bye. Okay, next we have these two e.l.f. palettes. This one is just a... This is their what is it called? Flawless. This is their Flawless eyeshadow palette in Golden Goddess. And, you know, this one's okay, but it's just, there's nothing special about it, honestly. And the biggest problem that I have with it is that they're all shimmery. There's not a matte in this entire palette. Every single one of these colors has a shimmer. And the other thing is, I mean, really, the pigmentation isn't awesome on them. They're okay, and I can't even hardly get my finger in there to swatch them. How about I move this to center so that you guys can actually see? So I just, you know, it's really hard to even get your finger in there to swatch it, and yeah, so I don't like this. I'm just gonna, it's gonna go away. This one, oh, this breaks my heart because this is their brand new Total Face palette, I think it's called. And this is in the shade Rose, and what it is it has 3 eyeshadows, a bronzer, and a blush, and then 2 lip products. First of all, these shadows right here are really, really nice. They really are really good. They have good pigmentation. They blend gorgeous. I mean, look at that. You just touch it and it blends. They blend beautifully. I'm so super impressed with the quality of those shadows. The quality of the bronzer and the blush is fantastic. Again, super pigmented, just beautiful, beautiful. And the quality of the lip products are gorgeous. I do have a wipey over here that I'm wiping my hands off with. I mean, just look at that. They're beautiful. But here's the problem that I have with this. Number one, I have 2 problems, actually. First problem is the bronzer and the blush are just too dark for me. It's just, I put them on and it looks very clownish on me. So, you know, they're just too dark. The other problem that I have is having all these powders right next to the lip products. The powders can get into the lip products, and I don't like how that works. So even though the quality is beautiful, the colors are gorgeous, it's just not my color, not my thing. So I'm actually going to pass this on to somebody, and I know a very sweet young lady that I just completely and totally adore, that I think would absolutely love this. And by the way, this was actually, I won this in a contest from Pinch Me. So, you know, but it's just not my color. So I'm going to pass it on to a sweet, sweet young lady that I just adore. Next up, we have my LA Colors matte. And see, oh, this is another one that I'm torn over because, first of all, okay, these colors. Let me tell you about these colors. Okay, first of all, this black, one swipe. Check that out. Oh my gosh. This brown, one swipe. This taupe, one swipe. You can't see it because it matches me. This yellowy color, one swipe. This dog, one swipe. So the quality of this is just phenomenal. But the colors aren't anything special. They're just basic, neutral, matte shades that, to be honest, I have each and every one of these shades in another palette somewhere, and I'll show you those in just a second. So this one is another one I'm kind of torn about. I love it, love it, love it. The quality is just amazing. But I don't know if I'm going to hang on to that or not yet. So I'm going to pop this over here in my maybes. Okay, next up is my Makeup Revolution palette collection, which I have a feeling is going to probably grow. These, none of them are going anywhere. Let me just show you these. This one is Girls on Film, which is this beautiful neutral palette. It's got all these gorgeous shimmers, these gorgeous matte neutrals, and this is what I'm talking about here. I think, you know what, on second thought, I am going to go ahead and declutter this one because look, all these colors are, I mean, right there. So I'm going to pass that one on. But I'm keeping this one. Just these colors are just amazing. Let me tell you something about Makeup Revolution and their shimmers. Their shimmers are just gorgeous. My dog's starting to get in. These shimmers are so pretty. Look at this purple one. The lighting is changing, by the way. This purple, by the way, it looks more purple in the pan than it actually is. It actually has more of a kind of a gray shift to it when you get it on the skin, and it's just really beautiful. These are really just some gorgeous neutral colors in this palette. This one stays. This one is Unicorns Unite. Again, these are some amazingly beautiful shimmers. And the mattes, what I love the most is this purple matte right here. Look at this puppy. This puppy is so pretty. It's just so pretty. I'm going to apologize right now for the lighting. I'm doing this in my bedroom and I don't have my lighting set up on me, and I'm using natural light and my overhead light. So it's all kind of a little wonky, but this color is so pretty. This pink right here, I love this pink. I love this pink. It's not showing up as well. This copper color is like the whole palette. Rest on that color. This blue shade right here. I mean, these colors are so, so pretty. I love that palette. And I don't have very many colors like any of those in my collection. Next up is the last of my Makeup Revolution palettes. This one, this one is definitely not going anywhere. This is my Neutrals versus Neutrals palette. This is an amazing collection of mattes and shimmers. The colors that you want matte are matte. The colors that you want shimmer in are shimmer. The only thing that I wish, this color right here, this red color is so pretty, and it's probably one of my favorite colors I've ever had. I just wish it were more pigmented. You see, I mean, it's just, I feel like that one just kind of, the pigmentation on that one is not quite as up to par as the rest of the palette. The rest of the palette is just gorgeous. That one. Let's do a random matte color here. Let's do this one right here. I mean, they're beautiful colors, beautiful shades. It's just that one that just, I'm like so disappointed that that one's not perfect, but hi, I see you. So yeah, but the rest of the palette, is just absolutely stunning. Yeah, and it's a keeper. Faux show. So far, I have 3 that are definite keeps. 1, 2, 3. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that are declutters and 3 maybes. And we have 3 left. All right. Actually, I have one more that's a single. Well, I'll tell you about that here in a minute. I have another single somewhere that is hiding. Okay. This palette. Oh, I really do have a kind of a love-hate relationship with this palette. First of all, it's bunnies. All right. Graveyard Girl. I am a huge fan of Graveyard Girl. She is the reason that I started beauty blogging to begin with. She's inspired me. She's an amazing inspiration. So for that reason alone, this is worth keeping. First, this packaging is amazing. It is a little dirty. I've got to clean that. And then the mirror is humongo. And then these shadows, this whole collection of shadows is just beautiful. And I'll tell you why I have a love-hate relationship with this first off. First off, Sweet Tea, Does This Thing Really Work? And Gator Wings. All right. Those 3 are worth the cost of the palette by themselves. Now, Sweet Tea is supposed to be a bronzer. I can't use it as a bronzer. It is too orange for me as a bronzer, but I do use it as a blush, and I love to mix Sweet Tea and Does This Thing Really Work together as a blush and mixed up. Let me show you. It's just so pretty. Mix the colors together, and it's just gorgeous. So I do mix the 2. Gator Wings. That used to be my absolute must-have go-to. I've fallen out of love with Gator Wings just a little bit. Not because it is not a beautiful, beautiful highlight. It is gorgeous, but it's just gotten so chunky. And I don't know if you can see how, the glitter's just gotten really chunky. I still use it, but I have to really, really tap off my brush before I really dive in. These shadows, though, are still everything. These 3 right here are my absolute go-tos all the time. These 3 right here I use quite a lot. Uncommon, I'm really getting close to hitting pan in because I use it so much. I love that color right there. Haunting is another favorite of mine. Dogman. Oh, Dogman, dude. Dogman is just my perfect shade. It's my husband's favorite color. My husband's absolute most favorite color ever. And I love using that and Natural Peaches together. I love the only eyeshadow in here. Oh, Sassy Bun is another one that's coming dangerously close to hitting pan on. The only one in this entire palette that is kind of questionable for me is Sippy Sippy. Just because, I don't know, dark colors with that much glitter, I don't know about. Maybe for a smoky eye look. I haven't really tried that yet. Maybe I'll do that with that. But I do love the color itself, and that glitter is just undeniably gorgeous. So, I don't know. We'll see. I may play with that some more. I've had this palette for a while. I've had it since it came out, honestly. I bought it pretty much as soon as it came out. I treated myself to this because I wanted it that bad. And it's just, I don't regret it at all. It's a beautiful, beautiful palette. So definitely going in the keep pile. All right, next we have my Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. Oh, my Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. I think you know this puppy's not leaving me at all. First off, let's talk about this packaging. This packaging is to die for. I mean, it's pink, it's hearts, it's chocolate. Is it not just me in a packaging right there? And then these colors. I don't have that many pinks in any of my palettes. I love these colors right here. These pinks are everything. Sprinkles, Totally Fetch. Oh wait, no, sorry. The first one was Cotton Candy, Totally Fetch, and Sprinkles. Now, if I had one complaint, it's that Cotton Candy itself is not quite as pigmented as I would like it to be. I may scrape off a little bit off the top and see if that works. But all of these, okay, this is Almond Truffle, Cashew Chew. These are wonderful base shades. Actually, Almond Truffle could be a base or a crease shade. Pecan Praline, amazing as a crease shade. Mocha, another great crease shade. Bordeaux and Malted, fantastic deepers. Cafe au lait is this beautiful shimmer. I mean, come on. Molasses Chip, this shimmer right here. Actually, Molasses Chip is another one that could be a little more pigmented, I guess. And Black Currant. I mean, the pigmentation on this palette is just life. And this right here, Satin Sheets, it not just as an inner corner highlight, but I actually use this as a facial highlight every once in a while, because look at that. I mean, come on, look at that. Divinity makes an amazing brow highlight, an amazing base. I mean, so yeah, this palette is life. I love it, and it does not hurt that it smells like chocolate. And if you are lucky enough to have a little bit of fallout with these shadows, it tastes like chocolate too. That puppy's staying. Last but not least, the one and the only, the original Urban Decay Naked palette. Ugh. Okay, first off, this is my very first high-end palette ever. This was gifted to me by a very dear friend of mine who I love very, very much. And I am so above and beyond the moon thankful to her for giving me this, because this has just kind of launched my entire love of makeup. This is just, I mean, you don't, we all know. I mean, come on, we all know. If you know makeup, you know this palette. I don't even have to swatch, but I'm going to anyway, because, I mean, hello. Hello. I mean, the shimmers alone. So much beauty in this palette. As you can see, I use Naked quite a bit. Naked has hit pan. My other favorite color that I use quite often, I'm actually surprised that I haven't hit pan on this one yet, and that's Sin. I use it all the time. I also use a lot of Half Baked. I use a lot of Buck. Buck's another one that I'm kind of surprised that I haven't, dived deep into. I really don't play so much down here on the end. That's because, again, kind of like with Sippy Sippy over here in the Swamp Queen palette. If I can bring it over. Like with Sippy Sippy right there in the Swamp Queen palette. I like my deeper colors to have less shimmer. But I don't know. I may play with these because, I mean, Gunmetal really is a pretty color. And so is Creep for that matter. And I bet those would be beautiful for smoky eyes. I do use Hustle occasionally. Toasted I also use quite often. So, so those are just so pretty. And it is the original, the one and the only. And that puppy is not going anywhere. She stays. Okay, so I'm going to look at this one again. And, okay, really, this color right here, if you look at the Swamp Queen palette, look at Brulee and Big Baby side by side. They are the same color. I mean, check that out. I'm going to swatch those on the back of my hand real quick. Hang on. Well, I don't know how much good swapping, doing them on the back of my hand really did, but you could see, okay, Brulee is on the left and Big Baby is on the right. They are very similar. They're almost identical. Not quite identical. Big Baby looks like it has a little more yellow in it. So, okay, so there's that. So now let's look at the Chocolate Bonbons. I know that color is not in the Chocolate Bonbon palette anywhere. Maybe Cashew Chew, but not really, no. Urban Decay Naked. No, I mean, the only one that could possibly is Virgin, but Virgin has a lot of shimmer in it. And Makeup Revolution, maybe this color right here. The Makeup Revolution palette. No, I think it's a little bit lighter. This one seems to be a little lighter. Yep, that one's lighter. So no. All right, Brulee may be making the cut after all. We'll see. Girls on Film, right? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah, Girls on Film. This color right here. Let's check it. I'm getting makeup all over my bed. My husband's going to have a fit. Similar. Actually, Brulee seems to be a little more pigmented. So, okay, what about this, this shade up here in the corner? It's very similar to Brulee, but Brulee, again, is a little more pigmented. That one seems a little lighter in the light. And then, all right, one more. We're going to check on Unicorns Unite. And do we have a winner in this one over here on the end? Let's see. We'll check both of these. We'll check this one and this one against this one. Oh, those two. Those two. So maybe we do have a winner. They're all three very similar, though. All three of them are very similar. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead and keep it because I'm not finding anything in my collection that is exactly like it. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that. Look at this. I'm getting makeup all over my bed. I need to clean this bedspread. And back to the Avon ones. You know, again, the thing is with this palette right here, I really don't have any colors in this palette that match anything else that I have in my collection. I really don't. And these three colors are okay and they're buildable enough that I could probably get some use out of it, especially now when it's springtime and I want a little more of a natural look. I just wish that this number 2 was more pigmented. And I do have to say these, I mean, it's not bad. So, you know what? I think this one I will keep. This one I'll keep, and then this one this one is Urban Skyline Collection. And this one I do have more colors that have more palettes that have these colors in. So this one I will pass on. And this one I'll keep. Look at all that. Oh my word. After I clean it up, I'll pass it on. All right, there we go. Okay, so now out of my collection here, I have 6 palettes and 1 single that I'm keeping. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I'm going to pass on to someone. And I have 5 that are going into the trash bin. So I'm keeping 7 and I'm getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh wait, no, one of these I'm keeping. This, not Urban Skyline. Romantic Mauves I'm keeping, so. Alright, so let's try that again. I'm keeping 8 and getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is not bad. I'm getting rid of over half of my eyeshadows. And I do have 2 more singles that I'm keeping. So I guess 6, 7, 8. So I'm keeping 10 total because one is Urban Decay Fireball. I just don't have it here. I do have it. And the other one is ColourPop's Birthday Boy. And those 2 are singles, so I don't feel bad about keeping those. So I feel very, very happy. And I know a young lady in my life that is about to get a huge eyeshadow collection that I think she's going to be very pleased with. So, so all right, there we go. See you later. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Bye. Try to pull out my wipes to swipe. Go lay down, Fredo. Oh, yay. What do you have on your hiney? What is that? Is that a leaf? What did you sit in? Go lay down. Go lay down. Hey. Not on the makeup. It's so hard to do this one-handed. I'm doing a declutter video. You might be in the bloopers. You might make the blooper reel, though. Say hi. Don't judge me. Stop judging me. It is 100% completely and totally me all the way. Is it dog?
Bye. Say bye. Bye.